2 weeks ago, I released a video talking about this huge project that I worked for around 2 weeks or so. Actually, it was like 11 days, but anyway, the point stands. And the community support, it was actually massive because I got a lot of feedback, a lot of incredible messages from everyone, and it reached like levels that I never expected in my entire life. That's why today I'm releasing a huge, like really huge update for this calculator. And if you're here just to grab the new update and want to explore things by yourself, then check the comment section because I'm going to leave a pinned comment with the link to the calculator, just like I did on my previous video, and that's it. But this time, I'm also going to make a proper tutorial so you can see all the changes and how to use the calculator. The very first thing that you're going to do is click in the link down in the comments. It is going to bring you to this spreadsheet here. This part of the calculator didn't change that much. The only thing that you're going to see is that there's now a version checker. For example, if it's not updated, let's say you are in another version, you're going to get a link for the updated version, right? So it's pretty cool because this way you don't need to join my Discord server. You don't need to wait for a video talking about updates. Anytime that I make a new version, which you need to download and make a new copy, is going to tell you, hey, you need to grab a new copy. Super cool feature that was suggested by some members on my Discord server, and I actually find it super cool because it is that good. So after opening this, you just go straight into the file menu and press make a copy. You can name it however you want. All you need to do is press make a copy. Don't ask for permission to edit the calculator. This is not what you need to do. You just need to go into file and press make a copy. The first time that you make a copy is going to take some time because yes, a spreadsheet is quite huge. I believe that the more users are trying to make a copy, the slower Google Sheets is also going to make a copy for you. So if things are slow, don't worry, it's completely fine. You don't need to worry that much. Anyway, here we are. You just made a copy. This is going to be for you, and you can start editing like anything you want. If you want to delete this page, you can do it, but let's focus on the actual calculator, right? You just go into DPS calcs, and there you have like the thin slot 1, thin slot 2, and thin slot 3. You can already see some changes here on the UI. Yes, there's now icons as well. You can click here, for example, and select trigger. There you go. You're going to get an icon showing that you're selected trigger. So I think that this is like small changes, but it's quite cool, you know? So let's do some tests with Bernie's because this is the unit that I'm going to showcase a little bit here, especially because she's an anomaly unit. And I just want to show that the calculator actually works, you know? So let's put Electro Lip Gloss. This is the weapon that I'm going to use. The phase and uptime I'm going to leave at 0. If you don't know what phase is, it's like the stars that you have in the weapon. For example, my Electro Lip Gloss is at phase 3, but since the effect is only active when there's attribute anomaly on someone, the very first anomaly is not going to benefit from this, right? So it's going to leave at 0% because I'm not going to be using this, and the phase doesn't matter, right? You can change the mindscape here. You can notice that I also added some notes, so you can guide yourself with all these nodes. You just need to put your mouse on top of it. Mindscape buffs and damage skills are also automatically added and things like this. Meaning that, for example, Miyabi Mindscape 1, you don't need to worry about all the damage ignore effects because everything is going to be counted based on the level of the skill your rotation uses, right? I also included, for example, the engine description. The same description that we have in-game is going to be available for you here. If you don't want to check, you can just press this plus and minus button and it's going to hide this engine description. Because I know some of you already know all the effects from your head, so it kind of doesn't matter. And after this, you need to select the rotation. So let's go into this one, which is a full hold basic attack and a full EX special, things like this. And for the sun rotation, let's just leave chain attack and the ultimate. And you can see like everything here. You can see that I also included anomaly damage here. You can now check expected anomaly damage right here in the screen, build up everything. And now the next thing that you need to do is go into the drive disks tab. And it was a massive improvement, as you can see. Now the screen kind of reminds how it looks in game, and I also included a build system where you can save your build, your disk sets, your disks, so you can load it later, like in the future, months later, you can just load it down the road. So let's do my Bernie's build, right? Let's go. It's a 4-piece Freedom Blues and a 2-piece Chaos Jazz. I don't use this build like when playing Bernie's, okay? It's just for example, but let's do this. We're going to add here Freedom Blues 4-piece, and let's add to, where is it? Chaos Jazz. There we go. So you can see that it shows here all the buffs it's going to give you. If you check on the character stats, you can see, for example, that the moment that I change things here, you're going to get it updated here. So you can also check all the character stats while doing everything. So let's go into the disc slot 1. HP with attack ratio, crit rate, penetration, and anomaly proficiency. +1, +2, +1, +1. So you just go over here and we pick attack ratio, we pick crit rate, we pick penetration, and we pick anomaly proficiency. And then just like it's showing here, +1, you just put exactly like it's showing in the game. So it's way better than it used to be before, because when I watched Kete using this, he was like doing maths, you know, he was like counting, oh, I have 2 here, this is 2, oh no, it's 3, and things like this, you know, going over all your discs and counting all the substats, it was boring. I know, I take the L on this one, but it's better now. It looks exactly like in the game, so it's a massive improvement. And this is only possible because of the community, which gave me this idea, because honestly, insane job. Insane idea. Love this one. Took me some time to make it work on all this build system, but it's working and it's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to skip all the other discs now that you know what you need to do. Okay, so that's it. After finishing everything, you can just name your build. So let's call it Bernie's video test, right? And you just you just click here on save build. It's going to tell you that it's saving. Now all checkboxes have this kind of feedback where you can see that it's actually doing something, right? And now it's saved. There you go. You can see here on the list that there's like the build test, and there's this new build here. If I were to reset and change anything, the moment that I select the Bernie's video test and I press load build, you're going to see that everything is going to be reloaded here, exactly the same way. So all these sets, all this, everything just works, loads, and you can do another test. I don't know, 1 week later, a new set just released and I want to test how things are. There you go, you can do this without a problem. I also included a huge new feature, which is the substat value increase. Basically what this does, I can't make this like work dynamically. You need to manually click here and it's going to do all the calculations for you. But this is basically just changing your substats, giving a +1 and checking the DPS difference. And there you go. You can see that for this build that we're running here, going for attack is going to offer for us a really huge DPS increase, 1.8%. And anomaly proficiency is only going to give us 1% damage increase. That's because our attack is like super low, as you can see here. And of course, if I were to add Astra here, for example, let's use... where is she? Astra. I need to make another build too. Astra with Kaboom the Cannon, phase 5. And then the moment that we do another calculation here, you're going to see that things start to change, because now we have attack buff from Astra on Bernie's as well. And there we go. You're going to see that attack's now slightly smaller. You can see everything working here as intended. Anyway, just to prove you that things are actually right, let's just focus on Bernie's right now. And the only thing that I'm going to add here is this buff here. We have a 40 anomaly proficiency as bonus. You can add this by going into advanced options. So let's go over here and let's add 40 anomaly proficiency, as you can see, right? So here are my stats, 40, 41. And this is going to be exactly the same thing as you see here. Right, so the expected anomaly damage is going to be 5,746 per tick. So every single tick of burn damage is going to deal this amount of damage. Let's see if it's working. And I really hope it's working, because if it's not, I'm going to be like really sad, you know. And there you go. Look at this. Exactly the same number, as you can see. 5746. Exactly the same number. So if you add other buffs let's say, for example, you now decide to run Astra with Kaboom the Cannon, all other buffs, you're going to see that normally damage increases as well. I can try to test this, but it's quite hard because of all the uptime and other things. If I add, for example, Lucy here, you're going to see that damage keeps increasing. So, for example, you can use these to compare, let's say, I don't know if penetration or damage is going to be better for my Burnies. Then you have this build here that I'm running, which uses penetration. You can just press this button and it's going to save the build for the Resolute tab. This one, as you can see here, anomaly proficiency, penetration, anomaly mastery, all your stats are going to be saved here. Now we can go and test with damage. For example, we can just add damage here. We go over here and press to save it again. You can see saving to slot 1, and we can compare now by checking this box. This box is going to tell which one is like the baseline, you see? So as you can see here, running damage is going to give us 4% more damage than running penetration, right? But just to give you some example, let me remove the data here and let me run the same test, but this time we're going to run lighter, right? I'm gonna put lighter here with his signature weapon, Blazing Laurel. What else? Yeah, this is fine. And then let's do the same test. We're gonna save this one with damage, and then let's do another one with penetration. There you go. Now take a look at this. Penetration now gives a higher DPS than using a damage disc, and that's because lighter is going to give you a lot of damage. So these are the kind of things that the calculator can help you decide in your build, because right now we have a pretty good rooster in the game, and to the point where team composition matters and your build is going to change based on the teammates that you're using and also based on other buffs. Because, for example, Deadly Assault have some buffs that are going to increase, for example, chain attacks damage, aftershock damage, is going to increase your crit rate. All these things can change what's the best option for your build. So this is exactly what this calculator can help you run different calculations with different weapons. Let's say, for example, how much better is going to be running Bernie signature, right? Let's do a quick test here. Let's put Electrolip Gloss at phase 1 and let's save this, right? Then we're gonna add Electrolip Gloss at phase 5 and let's save this. And finally, let's put here, where is it? Flamemaker Shaker. We're gonna use at phase 1 and we're gonna do a save here, right? This is not my build, so yeah, there are things that are going to be slightly different, but just to give you some example of the things that you can do here. And let's use this one as the baseline. So going for Electrolip Gloss at phase 5 is going to give you 8% DPS increase on this build here. If we use Flamemaker Shaker instead, we can get a 35% DPS increase when compared to Electrolip Gloss at phase 1. So these are things that you can do with this tool. So doesn't matter if you are a content creator, if you're just someone trying to optimize your damage to do a kill on Deadly Assault, you want to speed run shield defense, things like this. Now let's jump and talk a little bit about other advanced functions that this calculator can also do for you. For example, we have this rotation thing here. Once again, someone in the community shared all these ideas with me, and I decided to do a revamp on how you make rotations, because the old UI was like really bad. This time, all you need to do is pick up all the skills for the character that you're using. This calculator can't tell which skill is coming first, so order doesn't matter, right? But let's say, for example, let's create a new one for Bernice, because this is the character that we are testing here. And let's say that you use defensive assist and you go into the assist follow-up, and then you can also type here. You can say that you're going to use your EX special, double shot, continuous spray, then you go and use the finishing as well. Now we're gonna name it. We're gonna say that this is defensive assist into EX special. There we go. You just press save rotation and it's going to read this rotation. This rotation is going to get stored in your spreadsheet, right here. I even put it here visible for you. And also the builds, same thing. As you can see, there's like a warning here. I don't have access to your copy of the spreadsheet. So there are going to be like updates, you know, for example, the ones that are going to appear here. Whenever you make a new copy, you're going to need to pick up your starred builds, your build list here. You're going to click right here. You do a copy, and then you go into the new calculator and press paste. Simple like this, exactly like this. You're going to see, you press here, copy. Let's go back into this one. You go into disk builds, click here and do paste. There you go. That's all you need to do. I can't do this for you. So the only manual thing that you need to do when updating your copy is this, right? Another really important thing, because I've seen some other players having this kind of problem, right? When you make a copy of this, the copy is going to be stored in your Google account. You go back into your Google Sheets account, this one, and you pick up the copy that you made. That's how it works, okay? Don't go every single time that you're trying to use, don't go back into my link and make a new copy. You just need to make a copy a single time, and after this, you only need to make copies when there's updates, like character updates, because I need to add buffs to this list. Because as I said, I want to remove the hassle of thinking about buffs, you know, like avalanching attack, burnies after burn damage, lighter impact, which gives fire and ice damage. I want to remove all of these things, and I want to give you just the damage number. That's what I want you to focus on. The anomaly is super finicky. Anomaly is going to have some small problems when you're trying to test these things, but I did my best to make sure that the numbers are going to be close as possible to what we have in the game, right? Including build up share, because you can see, for example, here, if I add some damage on lighter, you can see that Bernie's burn damage lowers down. Look at this. If we remove like lighter contribution, Bernie's damage is 31,000, but we add lighter contribution and look at the damage lowering down. The damage is now lower because lighter, which has less anomaly proficiency and less attack, is contributing with the build up for Bernie's burn. So I did my best to make sure that this is going to be included here, but it's not going to be like 100% perfect, you know. Anyway, hope this video could help you use the calculator, and I really hope you can enjoy all these new features. I'm going to focus mostly on bug fixing and including new characters, new weapons as well. Right now, you can see that I have trigger kit here, but there's no trigger signature, as you can see here. The last one is Blazing Laurel, but by the release of this video, you're probably going to see trigger signature here included as well, because early access videos are now out. You can do your comparisons, and just let me give you a quick spoiler. I'm going to give some extra calculations and talk about trigger on another video that I'm making this week, but if someone tells you that trigger signature is not looking good, they are wrong, and you can use this to check yourself. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the huge update, probably the last one besides new characters and new mechanics, because I need to focus on other stuff on my life. This calculator is like really big, and I really hope you can enjoy, because the community support here was amazing. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya.